Hi, friends.
Hi, friends.
It's so good to see you, my friend. So nice to see you.
Hi, friend.
So, today, what I thought we could do something a little interesting. Since we're not in our classroom, I thought that we could do something using Mr. Jim's pictures, but this time we're going to tell a story. Because
Ooh.
I know that in some of your classrooms, you're studying different kinds of stories. So, this story has a special kind of name. The type of story is it's called a folk tale. Can you say folk tale?
Folk tale.
A folk tale, and that's a tale that it usually has animals as the characters, and it usually teaches us something new. So this folk tale we're going to listen to today, is called A Caterpillar's Voice. A caterpillar. Can you say caterpillar?
Caterpillar.
Caterpillar. Now, think of a caterpillar in your brain. See if you can picture a caterpillar in your brain. Now, Mr. Jim, when you picture a caterpillar in your brain, are you picturing something very, very big, or what size are you picturing the caterpillar?
I think caterpillars are pretty small.
Very small, right? If you could hold a caterpillar, it would probably fit on the tip of your finger.
I think so.
Very, very small. So, a caterpillar's voice. So, if I had to guess, the voice of the caterpillar in this story is probably going to be a very small, very calm voice. But I'm not quite sure. So, we'll have to listen to the story to find out. So let's get our screen ready to see our story. And we're going to start the story called A Caterpillar's Voice. Can you see the screen, Mr. Jen?
Yes, I can.
All right, so let's see if we can get some music to tell our story. All right, this story is called A Caterpillar's Voice. And look, what do we have in our story? Over here, what's that you drew for us, Mr. Jim?
That's a cave.
A cave. And then over here, very, very small in the corner, is the caterpillar. So let's start our story. Once upon a time, a caterpillar crawled inside a hare's house when the hare was away and set about making himself comfortable. When the hare returned home, he looked around and he noticed new marks on the ground going into the cave. The hare called,
Who's in my house?
the caterpillar boomed out in a loud voice and said,
It is I, yes, I, who crushes rhinos to the earth and tramples elephants into dust.
The hare hopped about, and the hare started crying and saying,
What can a small animal like me do with a creature who crushes rhinos and tramples elephants?
So the hare went about, and soon he met a jackal. The jackal. And he asked the jackal to talk to the terrible creature who had taken possession of his home and to convince him to leave. The jackal agreed, and when they reached the place, the jackal barked loudly and he said,
Who's in the house of my friend the hare?
The caterpillar again replied in a voice that rocked the earth, and the caterpillar said,
It is I, yes, I, who crushes rhinos to the earth and tramples elephants into dust.
On hearing this, the jackal thought to himself,
Well, certainly I can do nothing against such a creature.
and he quickly left. The hare then fetched another animal. Let's take a look at the next animal. The hare then fetched a leopard, and he begged the leopard to help him. The leopard assured the hare it would be no trouble at all. On reaching the spot, the leopard bared his claws, and the leopard growled,
Who is in the house of my friend the hare?
The caterpillar replied in the same manner as the caterpillar had done before, and
It
the
is
caterpillar said,
It is I, yes, I, who crushes rhinos into the earth and tramples elephants to dust.
The leopard was alarmed, and the leopard thought,
If he crushes rhinos and elephants, I don't even want to think about what he could do to me.
and quickly the leopard ran away. Next, the hare sought out another animal. The hare sought out the rhinoceros. And the rhinoceros said,
No doubt I am the most fearsome of beasts.
grunted the rhino. The rhino marched right to the hare's cave. He snorted and he pawed the ground with his massive feet. But when the rhino asked who was inside, he heard the caterpillar's booming reply, and the caterpillar said,
It is I, yes, I, who crushes rhinos into the earth and tramples elephants to dust.
When the rhino heard this, he thought, what? He says he can crush me to the earth? And he thundered away, crashing through the forest. Growing frantic, the hare tried the elephant, and he asked the elephant to come and help him. And here comes the elephant stomping through the forest. But like the others, he heard what the caterpillar had to say when the caterpillar said,
It is I, yes, I, who crushes rhinos into the dirt and tramples elephants to dust.
and the elephant had no wish to be trampled underfoot like dust, so he stomped off. Whoa, there he goes. In despair by this point, the hare was going to ask anyone, so he asked a frog who was passing by if he could possibly make the creature who had frightened all of the other animals leave his house. The frog hopped over to the cave door, and the frog asked who was inside. When he listened, he received the same reply that had been given to the others when he heard,
It is I, yes, I, who crushes rhinos into the dirt and tramples elephants to dust.
But when the frog heard this, he got nearer and he shouted,
I, who am the strongest of all, have come at last. I am the one who crushes those rhinos, and I am the one who tramples underfoot those who tramples the elephants.
When the caterpillar inside the hare's cave heard this, he trembled. He sensed the shadow of the frog coming nearer, and he thought,
After all, I'm only a caterpillar.
and the caterpillar inched out of the hare's den along its edge, trying not to be noticed. The caterpillar inched out, tried not to be noticed. Just then, the animals who had collected around the hare's house seized out the caterpillar and dragged him out.
What?
The jackal came to drag him out, and the jackal said,
What? You?
and the elephant came to drag him out, and the elephant said,
What? You?
the leopard came to drag him out, and the leopard said,
What? You?
even the rhinoceros came to drag him out, and the rhinoceros said,
What? You?
I would never dream of staying in that cave, thought the caterpillar with his nose in the air. And he said,
An echo like that is far too crude for a refined creature like myself.
and as the caterpillar sniffed away, all the other animals laughed at the trouble he had given them. The end. Nice job, Mr. Jim. That was really good voices you were doing. That was really nice.
Thank you. That was great narration that you were doing.
Thanks. So that was a folk tale, right? Like I said, folk tales always have some different, they usually use animals as creatures in their stories. So what animals were in that story? First, we had the tiny caterpillar, right? And whose house was it? It was the hare's house, right? And then see if you can remember some of the other animals. We had the jackal, the leopard, we had the rhinoceros, The elephant even asked a frog. Right? So many characters. So that's a folk tale that I like to tell. And I wonder if you can discuss with your class. Maybe you want to talk about, what do you think the lesson was? What do you think that we could learn from that story? Because the caterpillar was inside that cave making a big echoey sound the whole time. But was there a reason to be scared of the caterpillar? Not really. It finally took one of the smaller animals, the frog, to be brave and stand up for himself. So great job, my friends. Thank you for listening to our story called The Caterpillar's Voice. I hope you enjoy the rest of your class, and we'll see you very, very soon. But for now, we're going to get our marching hands ready, and we're going to sing our So Long Farewell song. Let's sing together. Are you ready? Here we go. So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now. Until we meet again, I said so long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. Great to see you, my friends. Have a great rest of your day.
Bye, friends.
Bye.